Since our first Disney cruise in 2009, this has become our favorite vacation. Mostly because it can be done with many different types of destinations depending on where the ship is going. But this was my first time on the Disney Fantasy. And it was a little different because 1, we didn't have any kids with us, just my mom and me. 2, we didn't book a single excursion, specialty dining, or spa experience. There were no extra charges beyond the initial cost of our room. And 3, we weren't exploring a wide range of ports. So this would be different from cruising to Norway or Alaska or the Mediterranean. We typically avoid Caribbean destinations because we worry it'll just be a day at the beach. But this sailing stopped at Disney's 2 private destinations, Castaway Cay and Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. So I'm going to compare the 2 and show you what stood out to me the most on this 4-day Disney Fantasy sailing out of Port Canaveral. This was my first kid-free Disney cruise in over a decade, and the theme of our first day at sea was lattes, the adult pool, and trivia, all in adults-only areas of the ship. The collection of adults-only bars and lounges, called the Europa District, was so unique compared to other classic ships. I took an animation class there. This was my first time on the Fantasy, but I've been on her sister ship, the Dream, multiple times, and I can't believe I've never experienced Satellite Falls Pool. This hidden pool on the back of the ship might be my new favorite spot. The latte art was such an added sprinkle of pixie dust to my morning pick-me-up. So if you need caffeine, make your way to the Cove Café. And if you're lactose intolerant like me, don't worry, there's almond milk. Good morning, Disney Fantasy. I am excited to bring you to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Look at this. Oh, it's the long walk. I'm gonna let you know what it's really like. This is our first time at Lookout Cay, and I'm hoping to explore some things, maybe even new things, because construction is still going on to get the island fully up and running, even since it opened last year. And so I'm hoping to find new stuff to share with you and let you know what it's like for a first-time visitor. Let's go. Our second day went to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, Disney's newest private destination on the island of Eleuthera. I had seen many videos where folks complained about the long walk down the ship's pier, but I appreciate that this helps preserve wildlife along the shore, and it really wasn't that bad. Plus, it helps you get some of the most beautiful pictures of the ship you've ever seen.
Look at that beautiful ship. Oh yeah, and that beautiful mama.
Ah. And then it's a short tram ride to the guest areas. Oh, we have wagons if you need them. As you hop off the tram, be sure to pick up your towels.
Doing friends.
This is a girls' trip. We're going to the shop first thing. I love the colors. Just everything is so bright. Pick your character. The 5K. But we want to actually run the 5K. We all need our matching pants. Yeah. Look at Junkanoo Minnie. With cute shops and a mini straw market with offerings from local artists that I really loved. This smells really good. Once at Lighthouse Point, we headed to Serenity Bay, the adults-only beach. It was chilly, so we only got in the water a little. This water is gorgeous. But it was clear, and the friendly fish liked to nibble our toes. Because I am gluten and dairy free, I was able to pre-order my lunch for Lighthouse Point on the ship at dinner the night before, and then I let the staff know about my pre-order so that the food was made safe just for me and then could be brought to our area. I was really impressed by the food, but especially because it had a Caribbean flair, just like everything at Lookout Cay. This dirty rice with pigeon peas is surprisingly flavorful. I thought I would want some salt to go with it because I'm me, but it doesn't need it. And I thought the fish might be cooked within an inch of its life, but no, this is a really tasty meal. And even though they had to bring it all the way from the other location, it was cooked fresh for me. So I really enjoyed fresh hot food. And it's safe. And I got ice cream. All right, so not so much for the buffet fish. No. I love how Disney built this space to celebrate Bahamian culture, and the colorful designs give it so much personality. With time, as the landscaping starts to fill in, I'm sure it will be even more inviting. But it felt like a day in paradise, and I felt so lucky to be sharing it with my mom. One definite highlight was Junkanoo. The Junkanoo Parade was a procession of joyful music by locals, with our favorite mouse pair leading the way. It was fun to have a party mode dance break in the middle of our beach day. I know lots of DCL cruisers will want to compare Lighthouse Point to Castaway Cay, and you can. But they're like two sister experiences, both with highlights to offer and both 100% worth doing. So let's go see what Castaway Cay was like the next day. This was my first time at Castaway Cay's adults-only beach. When we were on Castaway Cay last November, I got close, but my daughter was with me, so I couldn't actually go on to Serenity Bay. This beach was so laid back. I enjoyed watching the waves and reading my book. And these hammocks almost made me want to stay here, like forever. Man, it was perfection. And if you remember our time in Hawaii, I kept trying to snorkel, but the waters were too rough and my kids preferred the pool. Well, this time I was determined to snorkel. And it was great. I saw a couple of giant starfish and I just found it so peaceful floating under the water and listening to my own breath. I could have gone over to the snorkel lagoon at the family beach, but I was just looking to flip my fins for a quick look. And I really look forward to snorkeling more in our travels this summer. I hope you'll subscribe so you can check it out with us. It's gonna be cool. I'm doing this for you, starfish. Okay. All right. I probably should stay down there an extra second just to get used to it, but okay. Now, cruises are known for their food, and food is also a major focus of our videos because we want to help folks with special diets like us eat well when they travel. I am a gluten-free and dairy-free pescatarian with chronic gut issues. On this sailing, I dealt with some seasickness too, which I don't usually experience, so I was underprepared for that. But every single thing I ate was delicious and safe for me because of their excellent service. I was also able to create my own meals by asking the server if we could swap out the protein on an item and get some salmon or cod instead, and they were happy to accommodate me. Plus, they were impressed by my creativity.
Is that the cod?
It's the cod.
I call this advocate for what you want. I got a burger without the patty, and I got the cod instead. Build your own fish sandwich.
This dish usually comes with risotto, but I got plain rice and veggies.
The food has been a really good experience here on the Disney Fantasy in terms of safety for gluten-free, dairy-free food. I haven't had any concerns. The things I got weren't like double and triple checked as being safe for me. I think part of that was that I got an incredible server this time. He was really conscientious, but he also was careful to make sure that I pre-ordered everything the night before and that I was all set to go whenever we went off the ship at the various islands and resorts. So he took good care of me. Last night I wasn't feeling great. It was kind of a low point in terms of food because I didn't actually get to taste any of my food last night. I was so green from the waves rocking that I sent every plate back untouched. And he was so gracious and brought me a bowl of green apples and a cup of warm tea that he said would help me feel better. And it really did. And then I stopped by guest services and they gave me a little, I think Dramamine, but just not with the label. He was so kind because as I was leaving, he said, don't worry about breakfast tomorrow. I've already pre-ordered for you. I know you want the gluten-free, dairy-free Mickey churro waffles. And he was right, I did. It's something I've been trying to get on my last few Disney cruises, and I keep not getting the order process right, and he took care of it for me without even asking. I'm so excited that I finally got to cross those off my bucket list. I'm so excited to go have my first churro Mickey waffles. Let's go. But what was even better than the Mickey waffles today was the Dole Whip. Right upstairs by the ice cream station, they have gluten-free cones. But since I can't have dairy, I can't get the soft serve ice cream. So right next door to that is Frozones, where you can get Dole Whips. You can even get Dole Whips with rum in them, which sounds delicious. But for me, skipping alcohol to try to keep my tummy at, happy, I said, can I please just get Dole Whip? And he said, we put it in a cup. And I was like, well, what about if I put it in this gluten-free cone? And he was like, you know what? I'll just get it. I can't promise this will happen for you, but the Dole Whip guy at Frozones just gave me free Dole Whip in my gluten-free cone. Gluten-free, dairy-free, yay! That was my magic. That was maybe the best thing I had on this trip because it was everything cruising and Disney and magic and excellent service all rolled up into one. And I love that it was safe for what I can eat. Tell me about what is the most magical thing your server has done for you on a Disney cruise down below. You may feel like I skipped over some major parts of this sailing, and don't worry, there were plenty of character meet and greets and the classic pirate night party and more. But for an introvert looking to have a cruise with no added fees and lots of downtime, this is your sign that it can totally happen on a Disney cruise. I hope you get a chance to set sail soon. And come back next time when we tell you the best way to get back to Orlando for a day in the park after your cruise. We'll see you then, travelers. Thank you so much for watching.